What's going on, guys? Scopamart TV here, back with another video. Today we're going to be doing a reaction to DJ Akademiks, talking about why a man should never get married. I always find it very interesting when single people talk about marriage and they never experienced it for themselves. Just like when people without kids talk about kids as if they know how to raise a child, but they never had one. It's very interesting. So today we are going to do a reaction to Akademiks talking about marriage.
Because there is no benefit of getting married that you can't get before. What's the benefit of getting married? Like all the time? Well, if we live together, we can do every.
You know, for any man that believe that a marriage is only about sex, only goes to show that the brain power in that avenue only goes so far. It only goes so far. It's bigger than sex. Being married is productivity times two. You have two people producing at the same time, leading to a better outcome if this union works well. Now, let's keep it going.
Women don't withhold themselves or don't provide any additional benefit other than having potentially some legal ties to you. That
they don't provide any benefits. Back in the days, before I got married, I had friends and they would talk about all the girls they have. You know what I'm saying? I had my girlfriend at the time, which is my wife now. And I had friends who had lots of girls. They had lots of girlfriends. And the one thing I always noticed is that these guys would be randomly hooking up with these chicks, but never once any of these girls brought any of these guys a cup of soup. Not even a cup of ramen noodle soup, man. These guys never even got a home cooked meal from the 10, 20 girls they're hooking up with. And you got DJ Akademiks here saying that there is no value that women provide other than sex. Very weird. Very weird. Like I said, it's very interesting to hear a single man's perspective on marriage.
that getting married doesn't seem like it's rewarding for a male. For a female, it is.
It is rewarding for a male. It is very rewarding for a male. You have to think bigger than your privates, man, when it comes to marriage. There is children being brought into this world in marriages that will be going on to be the next leaders of the other generation to come. But I realize that, especially within the black community, a lot of people do not picture the future. They do not live with the idea that one day they're going to have children and they want those kids to be better than them. They only live for the moment that they get their next pistachios off, if you know what I mean. The next moment that they get off. That's what they live for. They're not living for the bigger picture. So when you say there is no benefits to being married, you're wrong on that. No offense, academics, but you're wrong.
They get a whole ceremony, they get a ring, they get to have some social status, all that. For a guy, not necessarily. I think relationships in a whole these days are all up.
Not all messed up. It's the one you're choosing.
Marriage the point of marriage previously was to have some type of covenant under God. I don't think none of these people even care about God. They just want a ring and they want to start on the gram and want to have some paperwork in case they get divorced and want to jam you up. Secondly, relationships are very different these days. I don't like. Do y'all ask chicks to be our girlfriends, or after you've been her long enough and she's with you long enough, you just start saying that's my and she starts saying that's my and now y'all.
I find this really interesting. Never once in my life, ever, have I asked a girl to be my girlfriend. I don't think that you need to ask somebody to be your girlfriend. I think it's weird. Because if you're dating somebody and you are constantly with that person, they're constantly with you, it is an unspoken fact that that's your woman based on the amount of time that y'all are together. Now, if you're living with the mindset that you got all these people you could go out there and sleep with, just by asking somebody to be your girlfriend won't stop them from going and cheating if that's their mindset. However, if you're with somebody and they're with you all the time, there is no need to ask. However, you can ask, can they be your wife? Now we're talking about a different thing when it comes to the wife and the marriage, right? Let's keep it going.
Y'all are together, and it's kind of like almost, the relationships is basically based on, yo, I'm gonna get jealous if, or I'm gonna get tight if you somebody else, or now you're my, because everything, there is no benefit of getting married that you can't get.
So there you have it. He's saying that there's no benefit to getting married. Let me say this, man. Akademiks is about 36 years old, just like me. I'm 37 now, but Akademiks, I think he's about 36, 37. He acts as if he's 21 or 16, and he lies about his age. For a long time, he been calling people old, washed up rappers, failed rappers. He acted as if he's a young, hip kid, because most of his audience are like, 13-year-old boys and stuff like that. But ever since Kai Cenat got on the scene, he been outshining Akademiks numbers wise and streaming numbers wise, right? All the celebrities go to Kai. Now, Akademiks got to realize that money is good. Money is good, but you cannot buy loyalty with money. You can't buy yourself a good wife with money. First of all, choosing a wife starts with you. If you're here generalizing women and saying that all these women out here are they're not religious anymore, they don't care about God, and they're just trying to get you for your paper. If that's how you're going into any relationship, thinking that they're all trying to get something from you, obviously you're failing from the get-go, right? I think that what you should have did as a celebrity is to date somebody on your level. But then again, the way how you behave on social media, I wouldn't see you dating somebody on your money level, because they probably want somebody that's a little bit more grown acting. You know what I'm saying? No offense to Akademiks. Now, even in this clip on his page, I think he said that both his brothers are married. Personally, one thing that I realize is that a lot of single people have all this talk about marriage and what marriage should be. You see all these dating coaches, come to find out they're all single people. Every single one of them are single, trying to sell some type of a dream to their audience. They do not believe in sacrifice. In a marriage, you have to sacrifice. You have to sacrifice your ego. You have to sacrifice the way you believe that everything you do is right. You have to sacrifice time. You have to think about the bigger picture. Now, in the clip that we just watched, everything that he talked about revolved around getting off in the room, in the bedroom. It did not revolve around taking the kids on vacation, teaching the kids a skill, you know what I'm saying, building something together. But what I realize is that if most people never seen it with their own two eyes and observe the world around them and look at patterns and look at who are living successfully in a union, then they will not believe it exists, because so many songs are telling them that, all married people are miserable and they're all cheating and they're all doing all these things out there, which is not true, right? So obviously he has bought into the idea that marriage is not worth it. Obviously he got money and he gets to sleep with however much girls he gets to sleep with. But the one thing I realized, going back to when I said I got homeboys who had a lot of girls but they wouldn't bring him a cup of soup, is that you can have all this money and you can get all these girls, but at some point you might need somebody to bring you some soup, Akademiks. And those girls, you buy them with gifts and you shower them with money, but if they don't care about you, they probably won't bring you no soup, man. They won't comfort you in your time of needs, other than, you know, making sure that you get off and they walk off with your money or whatever you supply them with. So we have to start thinking about marriage, not just about the sexual part of marriage, but also the building part of marriage and how you can raise families and structures and set in place for the next generation to come. The reason why we fail as black people is because we do not want to live for anything or anyone other than ourselves. If black folks were living for a bigger picture, a lot of relationships, a lot of marriages would work. They would go to counseling and realize that once you have a child, it's no longer about you. It's about you, the wife, and the child. And it's about making sure that this new person that came into this world is better off down the road than both of you are, because it's not about a competition at that point. But like I said, there's many benefits towards marriage other than the financial, the sexual, and all these negative, and these other negative things that he talk about, which don't make sense. But let's get into the comments, because I like to see the comments, man. Over here we value the comments. Someone says, I can't listen to no guy that like little kids. Someone says, men that are not marriage material are always the one to complain about marriage. Wow. Somebody else says, he lacks intelligence and is comical. Smart people absolutely know the benefits of marriage. Wed immediately. Status show men who are married live longer and are definitely healthier. Let's take a look at Akademiks, for example. He's single, very much overweight, always drinking Hennessy, always smoking. Well, I don't think he smokes, but he's always drunk, right? If he was married, he wouldn't be living like how he lived. He probably would have lost some weight because his wife would be cooking him stuff. Like I said, these guys, there's no woman bringing them no damn soup. Well, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Are there benefits towards marriages? Are there more benefits than there are failures? Because life is not just about sex. So let's remove that part and think about the benefits of marriage. Are there benefits, or do you believe that don't do it at all? Until next time, guys, Scope of TV, I'm out.